Hi, I'm Ralph. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about Wisconsin butter burgers. We're going to be doing it in the hot air fryer, but this is not a show about hot air fryers. This is a show about Wisconsin butter burgers that just happens to be taking place inside of a hot air fryer. I'm starting out doing things a little bit differently. I'm not just going to be cooking the burgers in butter. I'm actually putting butter into the meat mixture. So I've already started out by putting some frozen butter and chopping it up and sticking it in with the meat. I'm going to be getting that kind of blended into the mix right now. I don't want to really be overworking this too much, because if you overwork the hamburger, it is going to get tougher. Now, this is going to give us a nice, good, juicy burger. We are also going to be putting the butter on the buns, which I've just toasted. Now, I didn't have my regular burger maker, but I got one of these little cake deals that I think is actually going to work a little bit better. So I'm going to press that in there. Now, ideally, your patties are going to be shrinking up, so you want them to be a little bit bigger than what your bun is. Now, I'm using kind of the jumbo size hamburger buns today, so I'm making a patty that's just a little bit larger. My mix is an 80-20 mix for fat to the regular meat, and that's going to shrink up. When you're doing this, be sure to kind of use your knuckles or a spoon to put a little indentation in the center, because as it cooks, it's going to have a tendency to want to puff up, and you don't want to turn into what I've heard referred to as like a giant meatball. You still want it to maintain its patty shape. So we're putting that little indentation into the center here. And nice thing about using this is it's got that little spring deal that I can just pull back and not have to worry about how am I going to get this thing out of here. Let me go ahead and put that in, but first I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt. Now when we flip it, I will season the other side. Now if you want, you can also take that patty, put it back into the refrigerator for say 30 minutes, and it will kind of firm up a little bit as well. But I'm not going to take the time to do that today. And I'm only making one patty because I'm the only one eating it today. I could probably cook enough in here for me and my wife. If I was using a little bit smaller buns and smaller patties, then I could probably be cooking these, maybe get as many as 4 in there. If you're having a party though, you're not gonna want to be using a hot air fryer. That's gonna require too many, full cooking circuits. But for today, this is gonna work out well. In fact, if I wanted to, I could even, during the second half, use the surrounding area around that patty to get fries reheated to have a complete meal for myself. I'm putting that in there. I'm going to be doing this on 400 degrees. I think I'm going to do that for about, let's say 8 minutes. I'm going to pull that out at 4 minutes, see how it's doing. I will see you soon. Okay, we're a little bit past the midway point now. It's not quite as done as I would like it to be before flipping it. Why don't we take a quick look here through the glass. See what we're looking at here. So it's not quite there yet. I'll give it a little bit longer before we flip it. Okay, we're about the 3 minutes left point. This is what it looks like. You can see the butter and that salt is kind of crusted up a little bit. So I'll be flipping that over. Putting that back in. I'm going to let it finish this out, but then I'm probably going to add maybe another minute or two to it. Okay, the original time is up. Actually, I think it's pretty well done, but what would a Wisconsin butter burger be without some Wisconsin cheese? So I'm going to put some cheese on there. I'm going to put it back in there where it can stay hot, and I'm going to let it rest for about a minute, maybe a little bit longer, because all that moisture, if you bit into it, if you cut it open, all that moisture that's inside is going to be running out. You don't want that to happen. You want that moisture to kind of have time to rest, just like in a steak, so that it settles back and starts to solidify a little bit more in the meat. So the juice is still there in the meat when it's time for you to eat it. Timer's gone off. That cheese is looking nice and melty. Take a look at it in there. Oh yeah, isn't that looking good? You betcha. Now, what kind of Wisconsin cheese and butter burger would it be without slathering butter on top of the bun? Close that up. Now, what we're getting, I don't know if you can see this, but you're starting to get that butter running down over the top of that cheese and the burger. This is going to be good. Okay, let's see how it turns out inside. That is looking very nice and juicy inside. So let's see what it tastes like. Here goes. That is really juicy. I mean, it's dripping down my fingers. Gotta have another bite. It's so juicy. It's running down my face. This is incredible. Guys, you've got to try this. The butter burger just might be the ultimate burger. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button down below. Maybe consider subscribing. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.